Hey, welcome to Soulless Game Chat. We are a channel on YouTube. We're just starting out. We're just going to go around and kind of introduce ourselves. My name's Spencer, and kind of just go to the right.
I'm Hunter.
Preston.
I'm Hayden.
We're just going to talk. We have a lot of things to discuss. We're all brothers. We grew up playing together. We grew up playing a lot of the same games. But we kind of have a lot of things we want to discuss and kind of get out of our heads and just see like what other people think too. So we have some discussion points we want to go over. We'll probably just spend some time on it, not too long, and kind of move along. Something we wanted to start out with was what made games fun for us growing up. And any of us can go if someone wants to talk about it, but...
Sounds like Hunter wants to go.
Yeah,
I always want to.
Hunter has a lot of ideas.
You heard some snapping of the tongue?
Because what brought this up is that we wanted to, I don't know, we're getting older, you know, we play a lot of games and we have a lot of experience in different games. And games nowadays, they're fun, but in different ways. And there's things that we used to play, like games that we get from like rentals, like from Blockbuster or something. Parents would get us, they're going on a date and they're like, here's a game. And it's like,
fun.
Yeah, it's like the Incredibles movie game, or I don't know, like it's like Mario Party, whatever, or just like some random game. It might not have been good, but we got fun out of it somehow, some way, and it could have been a mini game of that game.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's because part of it nowadays, you almost play games because everyone else is playing them. Like you don't want to go onto Twitch and to see the game that you're always playing only has like 5 people streaming. Like, you want to go on and be like, oh man, I'm playing Apex. There's like hundreds of thousands of people that are watching and hundreds of thousands of people that are playing. And so we noticed that even like some of the games that we've been playing recently, they're really fun and we like them. Like, we've been playing a lot of Rocket League, Apex, Modern Warfare, and all those games. But it's almost like, they're super fun, but like there's something that's almost missing that we had in like those older weird games. Like, I remember trying to get the Underminer, the Incredibles Underminer to work. Yeah.
That game.
Yeah. And Dad rented it like 4 times. Yeah. Every single time it would crash. And we really wanted to play the game. We didn't care like what IGN's score was or anything. We just wanted to play the game. So.
Yeah. I think a lot of that's probably because of online gaming. It's just changed. You want to catch the wave that everybody's playing. Mm-hmm. Everybody's playing Apex. Better get on and play because there's, thousands of people playing right now and you can get it into a game real quick. But back then, it didn't really matter. You just play a game because it's fun.
Back then, no one... Well, like, we had internet, but we didn't... We had dial-up. We had dial-up until 2008 or something.
And then we got
probably longer than 2008, probably. I think it was...
Well, then we were going off the AT&T hotspot.
Yeah, hotspot.
So it didn't get any better, really.
Yeah, so we didn't really have, like, a way to know what people were playing, really. Like, our friends, people at school, stuff like that, our family, like, that's all we knew, and like that was it.
But we weren't even into like Call of Duty. Like, looking back, we didn't even like jump on that train until like Black Ops. Like that was the first Call of Duty we even started playing.
Yeah, we were just Medal of Honor.
We were our own. Medal of Honor was really
Frontline
good,
and Rising Sun.
The reason why is because those games really built on local. Like I look back, even like the most fun I had playing games was just local games like Winnie the Pooh on Nintendo 64. The mini games on that game were really fun.
Yeah,
that's not a joke. I'm serious.
Seriously.
Rated Child or something like that.
Yeah.
C, the only C game
below E, and it was fun.
It was a fun game. You go
Monster
fishing.
Truck Madness. Yeah. All those, I don't know. Just the whole like local gaming is not the same as it used to be.
No,
yeah,
it's not.
It's like if a game had good bots, like Rising Sun.
Yeah, Rising Sun. That was super
Let's
fun.
do it. And even looking back, they're not that great at bots. They're terrible.
They're not that good.
Like, you play them now and you're
they
like...
just look at you.
Oh, Jet Force Gemini, I was playing that a little bit ago, and the little ants just stare at you, and I'm like, what are you doing?
It's like they're thinking about
staring
something.
contest.
You don't trust them.
Great AI.
I don't know what made it so fun, but like all those games, I don't know what would be so difficult to make a local multiplayer game. Like the games that were like, I don't know how to say that, like games that were local back then that were really fun, but then make it multiplayer now. And so like look back and be like, okay, like Lord of the Rings on GameCube. That's a fun local game. Make that multiplayer and make it fun.
I think someone that does it really well is Psyonix with Rocket League, because growing up we had Monster Truck Madness on 64, and like the fun, and Excite Bike 64 as well had like a similar mode where you're hitting the ball, but you're like this monster truck that doesn't have the best driving. I just played it the other day. It's not. It's super clunky. But back then we kind of just dealt with it. We were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. You slide a lot, and then I'm playing on Excite bike with like a dirt bike. You have even less control, and you're going super fast.
Yeah.
And the ball's huge. And so, but like Rocket League made it that like specific mini game their whole game, and it's awesome. And it fits like my like need for that type of game, like that like mini game aspect. But they made it like a whole game.
Yeah, I feel like that's why Rocket League got so big, and it still is really big. But that's one reason why it just exploded like 6 months or a year ago.
Well, you think about like soccer is like huge around the world.
Yeah.
Like literally everywhere except for here.
Yeah, they just took that like core concept of a fun mini game on all these. Like we just named 2, but there's probably like a dozen other
just like
games. That we just don't know about. That they just took it and they ran with it and they made it super fun. I mean, they even had their game before. What was it called?
Yeah, the
Supersonic Battle Rocket,
Cars
Supersonic Battle Rocket race cars or something like that. Yeah, I can never remember what it's called.
About that.
Yeah, so it's like they already had it. Like, why didn't that game take off?
Because
like
it was only on PS4.
It was only on PS3,
right? Yeah,
and it just didn't take off.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. There's just some things that they take off and others don't.
So like what? I kind of wanted to figure this out too. What you guys think? What mini games out of a game that wasn't like its whole thing? It wasn't like a Mario Party or. Trying to think of like other like mini game type games, Fusion Frenzy, something like that. Oh, yeah. Like what game had a mini game thing in it that you liked? It didn't even have to be more than like the actual game, like the campaign or whatever. But what is there like a specific example you guys can think of? 'Cause I could think of some.
Well, go ahead. I mean, if you can think of some, I'm coming up dry.
Well, one that came up was in my head was Donkey Kong 64. Like the whole game is based on like you playing as Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong or
Cranky Kong or Lanky Kong.
Yeah, Lanky Kong. Like you have all these Kongs, like the Kong family, that you're going around doing really fun, adventurous things, and then all of a sudden they added in like a shooter aspect to it, and that was
like
multiplayer.
GoldenEye, but
it's GoldenEye, but with
you could do like a first person.
I think that was on Banjo Kazooie, right?
Yeah.
Didn't Banjo Kazooie have
Banjo Tooie did?
Tooie
mini
did.
games was like GoldenEye.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a mini game, but that's one where it's like you have the core game, and then they're shooting and stuff like that, but they took that and then just made it into its whole side thing to kind of add in multiplayer.
Which was the best part of the game.
It was super fun, yeah.
We played that so much.
I don't think I ever actually
People complain a lot about
but...
Donkey Kong 64 being like a collectathon, like to the max. I honestly didn't remember that growing up. I thought it was a fun game. But the multiplayer with us, there's 5 of us boys, and like having like a game like that, a game mode like that for us, like any game that had a multiplayer, we're like awesome.
We're all over. Yeah, because otherwise we had to like
wait for the one person to be done. Like, Mom,
they're not getting us.
Get out this sexy bar.
Yeah, that was never fun. So that was one game that came to my mind, like when you said it.
For me, one of the games I was thinking of was Pokemon Stadium.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Both of them. Both
I think
Pokemon
we played
Stadium
the
1 and 2.
games more than we did the actual.
By far, we played the mini games more.
It was so hard. Like I could never beat the Elite Four. I remember Pokemon Stadium 2. I tried to beat the Elite Four.
Well, there's like the Elite Four, but you get to like beat like the different like stadiums going.
Yeah, going up
that
to
stadium,
it.
like the different gym leaders. Going up to
and
it.
I did that like so many times.
Elite
but then
Four
the Elite Four was so hard.
One
I could
was
never beat them.
Stupidly.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, the mini games are gems.
I could play those games for hours.
The Scyther, like cutting the wood.
Yeah, you gotta time
the time really good. And
there's the one with
Mr.
like
Mime.
the Deli Bird when you're trying to get the presents.
That one's fun.
You're like a Santa.
Or what's the Lickitung with like
the Lickitung, the food,
Yeah.
the sushi bar.
Oh, and
the Hitmontop as
how do you say
well.
Rattata or Rattata?
The little kicking
running
balls in, right?
Yeah, you gotta jump over.
Well, the Pokeball
No, it wasn't even
one is
Rattata.
the
It was
Rattata?
Centret. It was Centret.
That was
No, Rattata was the first
It
one.
was a Furet.
That's the Pokeball one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Where
You're
you're
like
like
shooting over
That's the running
bounce
one,
around
and you have to
with
jump
You have
over
to jump
the
over
little
obstacles.
Yeah. I know my
That one's
Pokemon.
fun.
Or
The Clefairy
creepy,
one.
Yeah, the counting. You gotta count
Yes.
Pokemon.
This is
Or
fun.
the-
Clefairy is the one
and
where
the
you have to do like
pointing
the
one.
pointing.
Yeah,
You have to
pointing.
follow her and you have
It's
to like.
Pokemon Stadium
Yes.
2, you have to count, and it's Clefairy. But yeah, that has some good mini games.
It's too good.
It really was good.
I was playing just barely 2 days ago when I set up the Wii again, playing Madden because I brought that up. But like playing Madden,
Oh.
Madden, what was it? 2007.
2007. It has the Seahawks. I forgot who his name is. He's on the front. But like those mini games, we played it, and not
They're
all of us even
fun.
played football. But like,
No.
I know that at least for me, like I think Madden itself made me want to play football, which is kind of crazy. But like,
Is it the 2v2
Mini
game? What was
Yeah,
the...
well, it's like
2v2 is
That
like defense.
was-
You like
that's
it's like
amazing.
you're at the goal line, right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to
Yeah.
like
there's
stop.
that, and
it's
then
like
there's the
20
rush one too. Yeah, which is 2v2. It's like a running back.
Yeah.
And then defense, and you try to get by.
And that was
Yeah.
so fun. I remember we played that like all the time. We listened to the Keen song.
Oh, the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what was
on
cool
07
about it.
was the
It
best.
keeps it going. It plays it during the mini games. So
Isn't
it was,
Any
like, really
Wonder or
fun.
whatever?
Yeah.
A lot of good music in those games.
Those
Yes.
games, FIFA especially, like
Yeah, FIFA had some really good music.
getting off track. But yeah, all those games I really liked a lot. Just
A good mini game.
any mini games that keep you going on a
Yeah.
game just adds more to it. Which I don't know why Madden doesn't even do it really anymore.
Mm-mm.
They have like on the new Madden, they have like practices where you have like the mini games kind of in it.
Yeah,
But they don't have the mini games, which I'm like, why would you take away something that so many people probably
Yeah.
like?
They want. I don't know. That
It's almost like they're running out of ideas. They're just like, what
Well,
are we gonna do?
if you
you
want
wanna
to
keep-
rehash the same thing,
Yeah.
they up
I don't like it
they up
anymore,
the
yeah.
crowd a little bit, and then add some more like animations. Put in some like goal line. What is it called? Like touchdown celebrations, and then
I
they
don't
send
want
it out
that.
and put a new number on it.
At least FIFA
Yeah, who
tried to
wants
bring
that?
back FIFA Street kind of, but I heard it's not even the
I
same.
heard the new
Yeah.
FIFA did not do very good.
But FIFA Street was
Street.
great too.
But FIFA Street.
And
I mean,
NFL
FIFA,
Street
it's
too.
like a mode in
NFL Street was
FIFA, right?
great.
And like the
Yeah, it's a
FIFA
mode
Called
in
the
FIFA.
It starts with a V.
It's something weird.
Volt. or
But that just
something.
brings back,
Yeah.
FIFA Street, NFL Street, and NBA Street. We're all totally fun.
NBA
They all have good modes in them too. They all have like good modes in them.
Yeah, with Mario and
NBA Street
Luigi
was
and
sweet.
NBA Street.
Volume 3.
All
NBA
those
Street
are
Volume
really
3
fun. I
was
spent
super
a lot
good.
of time. Even NBA Live 05.
With
I
like the
remember
dunk contest.
Yeah, the dunk contest was
that
so
was good.
unrealistic and it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
fun. I was like,
Yeah.
Carmelo Anthony had like slow motion like, in the air and
You
you're
have to,
like
do it between
doing
your
flips. I'm
legs.
like, is this still real?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Definitely not.
And like nowadays, you don't see that ever.
No.
I never see any type of like mini game.
I think it's the whole realism thing. They like want to make it too realistic.
I know.
And that was the whole fun part about the game. Like,
Yep.
that's what
sure,
like
make
about-
a realistic part and then make that like the NBA Live like basketball. Then mini games just make it
Like it
fun
doesn't,
with it.
yeah, it doesn't get better when you have Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, and Sean Marion going up against Peach, Mario, and Luigi.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's the
Yeah.
You have like,
But it's fun. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like
I think
nobody. I don't think anybody
No one
actually
cares.
cares.
Yeah.
No, I think they just take it too seriously. It's like,
Yeah.
you're making a video game for kids to play. Why don't you just make it fun?
I know.
Why do you have to
They
make it all
forget about
realistic?
that.
And
Now
stuff?
it's all about just like
Boring.
microtransactions, how to make your game last
Yes.
a long time.
Well, it's because EA owns those games. So
Exactly.
Micro,
If you can't make money off of it, then you move on.
It's like
Yeah.
you make so much money off of FIFA every single year. A new one comes out. You're fine.
Yeah.
Like you make enough money from that to
Now
like
you got Apex and all that. And
yeah.
And like Apex,
Respawn's going.
Apex does have some of that like mini game aspect to it when they do like the different
it's like every
events.
month.
Well,
Some
they're
of the
doing
events
that
are
right
fun.
now. They're doing that event right
But they're
now.
fun in like
Yeah.
bursts because you like play like some of them. You're like, okay, I'm done with this. Let's get back
Yeah.
to the main game. Let's play something else.
You can't play that forever like you can with like some of those.
That new one that came out with like the train.
I'm tired of it already. I
Like,
played it like twice.
And like when they did the Halloween one, I was done.
I thought it was cool kind of the first time. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
it's kind of
But
cool.
to get some of
and
the
then,
stuff, you have to play it like a billion
Yeah,
times.
that's what killed me.
It
I'm
just
like,
grinds
why?
you.
I thought it was really fun. Like it was fun when all of a sudden you're in like in your building and you have like 5 guys trying to get at you and your Watson. You're putting up.
Oh, I
your,
put Watson traps all over.
Yeah,
the
you put your
place.
traps up and they can't get in. Like that was super fun.
Maybe that's
But-
like the difference. So I think now that games are more like a grind. Like you have to grind to
Yeah.
have fun, and someone gets to the point where it's like not fun because you're spending so much time like
trying to get something.
getting frustrated instead of having fun, and that's
Yeah.
what people are doing. I think
Yeah.
kind of sucks, but
Preston, did you have any other mini games?
He was
I think there's a
It's
lot
like-
though.
Steam Labs has mini games, but that's like the whole.
What was
That's-
that?
That's the
like-
game. It's
yeah.
like it's
What
like
was that
Mario
tank
Party.
game on the Nintendo 64?
Battle
Battle
Tanks.
Tanks.
I love that.
Yes.
I remember we played that
Yeah,
all four of
played
us,
that
Battle
a
Tanks.
lot.
Well, 'cause
And like
it's
Gauntlet
good,
Legends.
Yeah, Gauntlet Legends.
I know it's not a mini game, but like that's like as good as it gets, kind of 4-player. Even though it didn't really have a story, I felt like
Well,
4-player. I know there's a
Maybe
story in
play it
there.
again.
There is
probably
a
has-
I know there's a story in
there's
there.
a story.
But
Nobody
it's
knows
just like
really other than
that's what I'm saying.
Wizard,
There's a
an
story in
archer.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know what
But
they're
it
doing
was fun.
together.
Axe guy.
There's a BFG somewhere
I loved
in
it.
there.
Some guy that pull them together. and like,
Yeah, fight.
We started that game over again so many times.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. It's because we would lose our
Well,
memory
'cause
cards and stuff.
It's got so much replay value
It
too,
does.
because you have so many different
you
ways you,
start
can play
learning.
the game.
You kind of start learning the ways.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
you can find like the special routes to go get, I don't know, like a special item or something.
Yeah, we can get the alternate characters and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Good game.
Great game.
Great game.
going off topic, but
No, well, it kind of is going into the next topic. Some of you guys have touched on it already, but like, what about those modes that you found fun? What made them fun? I mean, making it so it isn't a grind, or making it so there's not like a loot box behind it, or like they're leveling up. Because like in these games that we played, the mini games, we didn't level up. There's no achievements. Like they were all on consoles mainly that didn't have achievements before internet and stuff like that. So like, what about them made them fun and like replayable? Like what did it have? How did it have replay value? Other than us being brothers.
That's what I was gonna say. That's probably a big
competition.
Part.
Like literally, the competition is awesome, and I think more games need that. And if it's a competitive game, it needs to have like a way to show that you're getting better than another person. I see that in games all the time. And I don't understand this. I've seen it pop up a lot of times. But like Apex brings in competitive online matchmaking. I think that's a good idea. Halo 2 back in the day had competitive online matchmaking. Yep. You gain levels, stuff like that. I think that's good. People think it's bad because people are like, oh man, I don't understand this thing either. I'm getting sweaty, or these guys are sweaty, or every match is sweaty. I don't understand what that means.
I know.
I mean,
I have no idea what you're talking about. So.
I get it.
I have no idea.
I see it on Twitter. I see on.
It's on Reddit. People have been complaining about Apex recently.
They're like Apex is so sweaty
it's
nowadays.
Like
sweaty.
What does that mean?
The SSBM.
Yeah, it's skill based matchmaking, which I like. I want to go against people I feel like are my skill level, and I'm not destroying people.
Yeah,
and I like that because I feel like I'm being challenged.
You're getting a challenge.
Because if we're playing Rocket League, I don't want to play against a grand champ. Like that, there's no challenge there.
And so like I felt like that as we were growing up, we were able to do that. Good. We all got better because we were playing against people that are skill level, and growing up together, we like know each other and like know how this person does stuff, know this person's gonna go, and like I don't know, I like that about games, and a lot of games have that anymore.
No,
I mean they might. I know what's the game? Overwatch does now. If you're going into
oh yeah, that's right. Well, they've had mini games forever, but it's.
No, I'm saying mini games, but like the competitive aspect of it makes it fun.
Yeah, Blizzard, they have that stuff down. Like if anything.
Well, that's good because I think they maybe listen to what people are saying. They try to maybe add more stuff because that game came out like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that, or 4, and so there's still like there's an update. The Christmas one was just like 2 weeks ago or whatever. Yeah. So
Smash Brothers even has it. Like Ultimate, when you're playing it, if you go into
if you go into the ranked
stuff and Elite Smash, then it matches you up with people that are your same rank. I play a lot of Smash.
Well, if we start talking too much about how good the Smash ranking system is, then people might get mad. People don't like it.
I know. People don't like that stuff for some reason. I like it.
And then
I like it.
Well, the GSP doesn't even mean anything in Smash.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think about it, but Smash had mini games that we like to play.
Oh yeah.
Like even like 3DS, it has mini games that my brother-in-law likes to play for some reason. But I like them. They're fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Home Run Derby.
Home Run Derby.
Like, that was I remember people got so mad when it wasn't in Smash Ultimate, and then they came out with the update. But like so many people were like, "Wait, where's the?" I thought everything was here. Where's the Home Run Derby and all that stuff?
I don't know why people feel like they have to take stuff out that people... Who cares if some people didn't like it and some people did?
Right.
Either way, if they don't like it, don't play it. But then you're going to please the people who do like it. So keep it, and then if you don't want to play it, don't play it.
I think it takes away...
a lot of stuff.
And I've thought about this for a while. I think it takes away from development time. And these games that are so realistic, especially, because they have to make sure that the textures can... be scaled up to 4K now, and they have to make sure that everyone, because people, you'll go on Reddit, you'll go on Twitter, someone's looking at like every little inch of a game. Oh my gosh, look, you can see the level and this little tiny speck of the map. Oh, and that takes the fun out of the game.
Right.
People are taking fun out of the game because they're looking for the super stuff. Like when Pokemon came out, when Sword and Shield, everybody in the freaking world was looking at that game under a microscope. And guess what? It's on a Switch, which is a mobile processor from like 5 years ago. Of course, it's not going to look good.
And it still sold like crazy.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. It was fun.
It's because it's fun. Like, games that are fun, people are going to play.
People don't
and
care.
they're going to buy it.
Yeah.
We just need to start reviewing games and review them how they're supposed to be reviewed, because I feel like a lot of people... I look back at like Billy Hatcher. Was that a good reviewed game?
I
Probably
can't even remember.
I don't know.
didn't even look it
I
up.
had to like look it up. We never
We just
knew.
played that, and
Okay.
it was
I remember
amazing.
Mom and Dad got that
we were
for
playing
us.
it the other
I
day.
remember Mom and
Most
Dad got
random
that for
game.
us.
I don't feel like I knew anyone else that had that game. I never went to school and like, hey man, we come.
You playing Billy Hatcher? You got that new egg game?
Yeah,
Where they throwing eggs at guys?
did not get that.
Hey,
so
what do you guys think it got on IGN?
I want to say it was in like
probably
the
6.
60s.
Yeah,
Or like 6, sorry.
68,
I was saying
72.
60s like Metacritic, but 6 or whatever.
Oh,
and
it's not bad.
A 7.7.
Okay.
that's pretty good.
Not
But it
bad.
deserves it. That's what I'm saying. Like that
It
game.
deserves a little
could-
bit more than
I
that.
think it needs
mean,
more.
And talking about competition
The
between us,
campaign
like,
wasn't
the campaign wasn't that good, but
The
I
music
remember
was great.
music was
though.
good,
Music was
and
good. I thought the
competition
graphics were
on
good at the
4
time.
player. We had four
Yeah,
guys,
they're
four of us
great.
going at it on. And I think the fun thing about that was it's kind of unpredictable who could win because
because the
depended on-
egg was like
depending
random.
on what you
Yeah.
got,
Yes.
and so
You never knew if you got like
you
the
could
Sonic
still be really
egg
good at
or-
that game.
Yes.
Like, although it's kind of hard to. I mean, it's good. It's not hard to be good at that game, but still, it's just unpredictable and there's something new every single time. Still, I thought that was.
there's a
really
learning curve to it, I think.
Yeah.
So
You
I
can't
really
just
like
jump
that
into the game
actually.
and play it.
I just thought about it.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Ooh.
Great
Jump
game.
in. No, not. Well, jump into a game and play it has been something I was talking about Hayden the other day, because I've been feeling for a while that games that have been coming out, like I can't get into them.
Me too. That's what I was telling you.
I know.
I was. We had a really deep conversation. I was on the drive home. And
Somehow
I
I
don't
don't
know
believe
what.
that.
Something hit. No, seriously, something hit me. I was like, I've been searching for a while. Like, what gives me that? I don't know what you say, what you call it, but like that feeling of like
It's
that game. I look back and I was talking to all of you guys. Like Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life. I love that game.
Yeah, it's so good.
And it's not that it was like an amazing game or anything.
thought
It
it was
just
pretty
gives me a
good.
good feeling. Like there's nothing bad about
Yeah.
it. There's a lot of like good there's good stuff in the game, and so
Like making fun of Van,
yeah,
calling him fat.
yeah.
Okay.
It was just-
He gets like offended.
It's just fun
That guy's
stuff
crazy.
in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just like
That's what. Yeah. So like the discussion is like, what about games, or like what about a game makes you feel a certain way? Like Harvest Moon for one. I had the same feeling. Like you play that game just for a little bit, and you're like,
you get trapped.
you
in
feel
it,
like
man.
you're in the world.
Yeah.
Even though everyone is like has these big huge heads.
Yeah.
And like you walk like.
But it was like an amazing thing too
Your feet
because
are going.
like
Everyone's like,
some
looks like a
days
robot when they're
would
walking.
totally
Yeah.
like surprise you because you might wake up and then there's like a new event going on or
Yeah.
like someone knocking on your door like, oh wow, I didn't see that coming, and you're like on year 3, like have a kid or whatever, and
Yeah.
someone's still knocking on your
And there's
door.
no like
what?
waypoint. It's not like go here next.
Yeah.
Or there's
You
not
do
something
what
about some guy's
well, you
head
just
and
do
it's like
whatever you
time.
want.
Yeah.
You have no idea. When you go to someone,
Well.
they could be like, "Hey, my dog's lost over here. Can you go find him?"
Yep.
Or hey, my plant died. I need you to build this or
Yeah.
make this fruit, and
I need
it
help
for
in the
next year."
mine. Like all
Right.
this stuff.
Those little sprites will just like appear
Out of nowhere.
Out
I
of
didn't get those.
nowhere.
I
They
didn't
give
get
you
what
a
that
blue
was.
feather
I
out of
never-
nowhere, and it's like,
never
here,
understood
go get
that.
married.
No, they give you a mushroom and you freaking trip out
and then you
on
shrink.
drugs.
Right.
I don't.
I don't know who talked though. Was it?
All right, so Hunter just left. He had to take off.
And his
early.
phone, something messed up.
So we didn't record. We were talking probably for about.
We got a
30
little carried
minutes.
away. I think.
I don't know
yeah.
how long,
But hey, we're fine.
it's all right. We can you can come back and talk about it.
So what we were talking about is like games that give us like a certain feeling. I think Hayden was talking about Harvest Moon. Hunter had brought up Skyrim and Morrowind and all those games, and I think I even talked about a little bit.
Right. I can just switch mine to Animal Crossing because.
Yeah.
Really,
Talk about Animal Crossing.
Yeah, that's really the one that gives me the feeling.
I think it's kind of funny how, or not really funny, but just kind of cool how we all grew up in the same house, but we all kind of have our own like individual games that we
Right.
kind of attach to more.
yeah.
Like I said, like I know we all kind of had Harvest Moon, but the example I gave later was like Mass Effect or something like that, and so it's like that was me. You said like Animal Crossing, even though we all played it, but we all knew like Preston was like the Animal Crossing guy.
Right.
And
And I
then-
beat it on GameCube. No one else did.
I know.
So
I didn't even know you
I
could
put
beat
more
it.
time
That was
into
the
it.
thing.
I didn't know you
You're
could
kind
beat
of.
it.
I've always known like Tony Hawk, kind of the Spencer, and then
Right.
I don't know what did Hunter say. Hunter also played Tony Hawk and stuff too, but like.
Hunter said Pokemon.
Oh, that's
too.
right. But that's kind of thing. We were all Pokemon, but I feel like Hunter.
Oh,
We all had our
we
branches
played-
of like games that we kind of like
Yep.
Right.
gravitated towards.
And we've all played the same games, but we just like the different ones. Okay. I wasn't whispering. Okay.
Yeah, so like something I think I was gonna bring up about games that make me feel a certain way were Tony Hawk. I think you already mentioned that, Hayden.
Mm-hmm.
Like Underground, I can go back to that game. And something about it, like I get lost in it. The music, for one, is like something that as soon as I hear Bus Driver, as soon as I hear I don't know, Alkaline Trio, something from them,
Right.
like I get Thrice, I get something. I get lost.
Triggers.
Something triggers it,
Right.
and I get like these weird like I can like smell something. I feel like I'm like in the playroom with like our mom like gets all these like scent things and like
Right, yeah, in the
I feel like in
wall,
like 2004 and like in the summer
Yep.
time, just like playing. And so anytime I play that game, I can just get lost in it. I'll beat the campaign like immediately. I'll get all the stuff, all the unlockable stuff, all the levels. I get the secret people. I can be Iron Man. I do it all. It's awesome.
Yeah, I remember
cool.
that. That was random.
That's so cool.
And like the mini games too, like going back to what we were talking about, the mini games in that game were awesome. I could play those games forever. I could play the paint game forever.
Right.
The graffiti. I could do the flamethrower one. I can do a fireball.
Fireball. Yeah.
I could do trick attack. I could do horse. I could do all those. Like I don't know, something about that game I could play over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think one of the last point we want to talk about was games today that give us that same feeling. Games that are a little bit newer, or maybe within like maybe the past like 10 years, it could be that. That kind of make you give out that same feeling that I want to play this game again, or it puts you back in like, and it's just like time period. Like for me, like Prey is that one. Right when I got married, I got into a lot of like PC games because that's really the only thing I had. I had a super crappy laptop that
The compact.
it was a compact laptop I got at Black Friday for like $100.
Yeah.
To me, I was like, this game can play
This laptop.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
This game can play Oblivion on 480 by 620 or something like that at a playable frame rate.
Yeah.
I'm sold. I don't even care because our computer at the time was like that gateway still
Right.
from like 2006.
Even playing Morrowind, we'd have to lower the FOV.
Yeah,
The field of view. We just like it was just
Things are
just
popping
cloudy.
up all over the place.
yeah.
And if you use like when you'd use the code and you'd be flying in the air,
Oh yeah.
you couldn't see a thing.
So yeah, at the time,
Nice.
I got a whole bunch of PC games on Steam that were really cheap, and one of them was Deus Ex. Like I love that game. I think that game is amazing. It's I think it's been rated like one of the best games ever, at least one of the best PC games ever.
Right.
Something about that game like gives me this weird like dystopian future feel.
Right.
I feel like I'm reading like a post-apocalyptic book, or I don't know, something about it. And so when I got to Prey, I had heard a lot about it. Weird development. The original Prey on 360 and stuff like that was like way different from what this Prey was. And then they had like a Prey 2 that was supposed to come out, but Bethesda like killed it. And we were saying, hey, we don't want that game anymore. It was supposed to be like, I saw gameplay of it, and they had like a working version of it, and it's sweet looking. It looks like you're in like a Blade Runner type of world. It's sweet.
Cool.
But this Prey was like way different. I had like a lot of reservations going into this game. Like I don't know what this game's like. And then I saw Hayden playing it, and I was like, whoa, this game's way different than I thought. So when I started playing it, immediately I got this feeling of I'm playing a game like Deus Ex, where you could do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the world is open because it gives you these tools to get through the map in different ways. It makes you like complete missions in like 5 or 6 different ways, really. And probably even more if you use like your tools right, because you have that glue gun. And you can get around like different areas, get through these little vents. I don't know, something about that game and the story about it. It might not have been the best story looking back, but it made me want to like figure out what was next. And I was like invested in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'd love to play that game again just to like, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can go about that game, and a lot of stuff I missed.
Ways that you can like defeat people in different ways. I know like with the weapons that you get and stuff. So
Well, in Deus Ex, there's different ways you can play too.
Yeah, and I played Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. I can't remember which one's which. Which one was the first one?
Mankind Divided is the newest one.
So Human Revolution, I played that game. And I really liked that game too, but it felt too restrictive. Even though they said like this game you can go about different ways. I think the very beginning it's like you can go kill this guy over here. You can go through the vent. You can go around. You can be sneaky. You can be aggressive. yeah, it's cool, but you also have points where the game just slows down to a crawl because you're doing animations every time you try to kill somebody.
I hated that. It's so
I'm like,
slow and
why
not
would
smooth.
you do this? I don't know. Stuff like that, I'm like, I don't want my game. I want like a basic bare bones. I want to do whatever I want to do in the game type of thing. Anyways, and somebody else can go.
I've been trying to think of like a game that does give me that good feeling of like the games I used to play, but it's like I told you, I'm still like kind of searching. But a game that I did enjoy that I got like really actually invested in, real straight through, was Doom, like the new Doom.
Yeah.
I was just playing the VR, but the VR doesn't have anything to do with the
it's
campaign
actual
game.
campaign game, which I loved it. It was like, I think it has to do with a lot of like,
The music.
there's not a huge narrative. It's just more like a few, like the campaign kind of is like you barely hear anyone talk. Other than that,
I like it though.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
that's what I'm
that
saying.
because-
I liked it.
Yeah,
And
I like
like,
that.
it's like,
Well, because that's how Doom has always been.
yeah,
Yeah.
just straight up, just like straightforward, destroy the other people, and
Quick play.
they made that
plaster
so
everybody.
good, and is like destroy everyone in front of you, and that's the game basically.
Right.
And so I guess kind of in a way it does remind me of older games where it's just like not a huge amount. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, I loved it. It was just, but then like there's so much to do.
Yeah.
But then Doom is like so straightforward. Get the person and it's like so fun and fluid too. Like there's nothing wrong with
There's
it.
a good
So-
flow to that game.
and with like the music going blasting in your ears, like, and then you're like, your heart's beating up. Like I did it like the hardest mode because if you get like tapped by anyone, like you're dead. And so it's like constantly you're checking and like
Right.
you don't get that feeling with every game. And especially with a lot of games now, I started up like this might be a cool game, and then I'm done by like a few minutes in or maybe hours. in.
What were we talking about?
You said Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, yeah.
Really cool, pretty looking game. I didn't think anything bad of it, but also I kind of felt overwhelmed in a way, to where there's a few things I just didn't understand.
I didn't feel overwhelmed, but I felt like I was missing. I guess it's a way of feeling overwhelmed. I feel like I was missing too much of the game, but I didn't care.
It's
Something
just
about
a
it
hard game to
didn't care.
jump back into. I could jump back into Doom and start like maybe a few times, like die and like start learning my way to do it. But all of a sudden I'm gonna be right back into it. I tried to jump back into Outer Worlds like last week, and I turned it on, looked at it, and I was like, crap, how do I play this game?
Yeah.
It's because I just wasn't invested in it, and so that's the difference I think with games that I just love and I like. You can easily just jump right back into it, and it could be the same fun game as any other game. I think.
Yeah.
So just straight up fun. That's what people don't do nowadays.
I guess one that I was thinking of is gives me that feeling is Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Oh yeah.
Hayden's anyone that's been playing it.
You actually started playing it?
Played
I
a
need
little
to
bit.
play some more.
I texted him like I think a couple days ago, or maybe it was just last.
I didn't respond
beginning
till
of
the
this
morning
week.
of.
Yeah, he didn't respond until the
I
morning.
was out.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Can you play with me?" Because he's got PlayStation VR and I've got Windows Mixed Reality and computer that can actually
Right.
play
Handle
VR.
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Because before I was playing it on my laptop with the MX 150 and it just you
Yeah.
couldn't even handle it either. So that's really fun, and it reminds me of those summer days of just getting into a campaign and just playing.
Jumping into it and having
Yeah.
fun.
Because I mean, it's really restrictive, the game.
There's a lot to go on.
But
going
there's
on.
a lot going on, which is really nice. There's so many
But
different
isn't it
ways to
just
play.
one thing? You're just in the bridge of the game
Yeah.
of the.
That's how it's
Star Trek
restricted.
Enterprise?
I think if you
But
could have
you have
just
different roles.
Four, say
Yeah.
if you had 4 people on there, I think it'd actually be fun.
Yeah.
Like speaking to one another, you each have your individual role and you complete it together.
Yeah.
Kind of like an old 4-player game that you used to play. You just complete it together.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it's
It's a fun
pretty
game.
straightforward and fun. And so
Yeah, it's more fun with multiplayer for sure. Because AI is pretty good, but they're like hitting into rocks sometimes.
yeah.
And they're not attacking when they should. If you have 4 people, you're just giving orders if you're the captain or doing your role.
Doing your thing and only your thing.
Right.
I
played 3-player and that was pretty great.
pretty fun. I was thinking also just like because I bought the Rare Replay. I don't know if you guys played that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like a really great game or anything, but it just brought back a lot of memories. I played like every single game on the Rare Replay and just went through like all the generations of Rare basically, and like the most fun was basically that whole like Nintendo 64 era of Rare, which that's what they're known for, like the
Right.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie.
We never played like the
Donkey Kong.
Conker's Bad Fur Day,
Yeah,
whatever, but that's
uh-uh.
on there. But and just
Just
like
Conker's just bad.
it's
not
just bad, yeah. It's
family-friendly.
just dirt, like,
This would be a
we were
good game,
kids.
but we couldn't really play
Yeah,
that
we were
game.
just kids.
We were
and
kids.
So, but Banjo Kazooie and like, I don't know, we talked about it earlier, but that's just fun. And I do kind of like, it might be kind of weird to say, but Sea of Thieves. Like I don't know if you played with us.
Yeah, we played.
Didn't it give you that kind of feeling when
Yeah.
everyone was playing?
When you
And,
get
like,
everyone playing,
and
we were all fun game.
we were all laughing a ton. Like we were making fun of each other.
Like
and,
when you find people too that are also playing it.
some of them are jerks.
They're jerks, but it's funny though. Like
seeing them jump around,
they
going
talk to
crazy
you.
on the ship and stuff. So
you
like,
can just dance the music.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I spent like hours just sitting on the ship on the edge of it. Yeah, playing with my like
You're recording.
musical instruments and stuff. And so like, I think that's one of those games I probably need to give more of a shot. If we all get into it, kind of just like straightforward, just have fun and laugh at stuff together with everyone, and that's.
Because when I first started playing the game, I felt like the game was terrible because there was no direction.
I played by myself and it was so boring.
It was boring by yourself. It's so boring. Like
And
you go to something like, what am I doing? Like what?
I didn't see any direction.
There's no direction. You get to an island. There's nothing here.
Right.
I was so used to playing like a game like Skyrim or Fallout.
It gives you exactly where
you go into like a cave or something, and there's like tons of stuff in there. Enemies everywhere. Different types of enemies. Loot everywhere. You go into an island on this game. Barren.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing going on.
They've done so much though.
But they've ever since like I think I first started playing it like a couple months after it came out. And then I played it probably earlier this year, and I was like,
we kind of got into it back in that time. We were like, the
But
first time I jumped back into it, it was like I think 3 of us were playing. And we were just on the ship, and then all of a sudden we're like, "Is that the Kraken over there in the distance?"
Oh my god!
And we just decided to go towards it because we could.
Yeah.
And then we were all regretting it, but also we were also yelling, like having fun. Like all of a sudden he just like reaches in and grabs you and like eats you, and I was like, "What's going on?" And so it's like,
or that big like shark thing that comes after you. It's like big, like Jaws.
I think what we kind of hit on, which was really a good answer earlier on, was just I think the realism nowadays is kind of killing the fun out of games.
Yeah, they just don't take it seriously.
Yeah, they
just like
they take it too serious.
No, these new games like Sea of Thieves, they don't take it seriously. It's just like a fun
kind
game.
of go out there and you decide what you're gonna do for fun.
And like all the characters are just funny looking and just. It's just
I think
fun.
Phil Spencer saw that because I remember when he first started talking about that game. I think it was at like a E3 or maybe like just like a thing at IGN or something that he was talking about. He's like, when I saw the developers at Rare doing this game and they pitched it to us, he's like, this game looks fun. Like it looks a lot of fun. And I remember first seeing it, I was like, man, this game does look fun. And then people started playing it and they were like, what? But I think it's finally come to the point where the game is what he envisioned it to be.
Just with your friends, get together.
And you have to play with your friends. And I think a lot of people that hate on that game and hate on a lot of games is that they're only playing it by themselves.
Right. Which they can go play those Red Dead Redemption. They can go play
those
and they can have their experience that they want. But then like there's different types of gamers, which that's why people that probably listen to this are probably like, why are they talking about Sea of Thieves? But like, give it a chance and like get with like 4 people, get on there and like do the funny stuff that you could do, and you'll just laugh. And that's like the good feeling I get thinking back on the old games we used to play. Yeah. We just like us just sitting down, like laughing or like laughing. We'd like make fun of each other and like try to get in each other's heads and stuff. Yeah. Like that kind of Smash. Like straightforward fun, like Smash. Yeah. And making fun of each other, trying to get each other's heads. That's what's missing nowadays.
Just goofing around. It's just
goofing around.
I had some like honorable mentions too of like games that I think are good these days. I think you already talked about one. What were we just talking about?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. Yeah. So Sea of Thieves is one of them. Apex, I feel like a lot of people, when I look on videos and people when they upload Apex, people hate on any type of
EA game,
not EA game or just like a battle royale type game. People think that people just jump on the bandwagon. I think Apex is really fun if you play with people that you know.
I've even laughed playing that game.
And like, that game and Fortnite,
moments, like yelling at each other.
Games, like it's fun, just like messing around. Right. Rocket League we've talked about. I love that game.
Right.
I could play that game forever.
I think that's gonna be one of those games we just as brothers basically
go
to. Oh, you guys want to come play Rocket League?
Yeah, literally. Mm-hmm.
So
some other games that kind of give me that feeling of like older games like Undertale. I haven't beaten that game. I think Hunter did. Too bad Hunter's not here.
I got stuck.
I downloaded that today.
I got stuck too. But something about the music in that game, because I love Earthbound. One of the games I wanted to, probably in a future episode or something like that, I want to talk about Earthbound, because that game, something like changed me as like a gamer when I played that game. I don't know. Yeah. It's weird. I never expected that going into that game. But something about the music got me into it first, and then I started playing it on like an emulator, and I beat the game. But I love that game. Probably I would say it's top 3, easy.
Right.
One of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
So yeah, Undertale gives me that same feeling. Stardew Valley, which Hunter had mentioned before, like our phone freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Stardew Valley gives me that same feeling at Harvest Moon. It even has like the same beginning of the game. Your grandpa gives you
similar.
this like land, and you're supposed to like fix it up and meet the people of the town, stuff like that. Breath of the Wild kind of like, I don't know, something about that game gives me like a Bethesda feel. And I remember
just the openness of it.
what is his name?
Open world.
The developer or like the lead,
Bethesda guy.
Like Miyamoto.
not Miyamoto. I can see his face.
You mean like the main Nintendo or Japan guy? Like
He's over the Zelda. He's over the Zelda franchise.
You mean like the guy?
He has
facial
gray. He's
hair?
like gray.
Yeah,
He's kind of gray
it's his
beard,
name.
gray hair.
Yeah, he's the lead of.
Anyways,
Zelda.
he said he took a lot of inspiration from Skyrim.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
So made it like a Skyrim that was like a.
Legend of Zelda.
Like good memories of like Legend of Zelda.
And like you have to start that game. Like if you go over to someone's house and you start playing the game, you probably don't get that same feeling. But I got that feeling when I started the game up, and I got through like the main area, which can take a while. It's not super long, but it can. It's probably like 30 minutes to an hour of like just like go to this place way over here, go to the place way over here, and then finally you can get out and like explore the whole world. But yeah, it gives me that feeling. I don't know, something about it. I could just like get on my little like glider thing and just start flying around to whatever, and then like you'll see like a whole bunch of like groups of enemies. You can just go over and attack them and take all their stuff.
Yeah,
stuff like that. God of War. I never played it, but you played it, the new one.
That
So
game,
does it kind of feel like a game that you played before?
I'm trying to think of like a game that it would remind me of. I think we kind of missed out on that whole.
Because you started playing it
side.
again, didn't you?
This is my second playthrough, and I'm like this time going through. I've like connected more with the people, and I'm like actually enjoying it now more than I did the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like that's a good example of a story-driven game that just does things right. Like if you ever remember a game back in the day where like if you just do a correct like chain of like a combo or something, it feels good. That's the kind of feeling I get playing that game. Like when you do something good, you get that feeling of like, wow, I just did that.
Yeah.
And so like I know a lot of older games, like even though I don't see the connection, but like a Tony Hawk, if you do a good connection, like chain connection,
good. Yeah,
that same feeling honestly is like playing God of War, but just imagine it just like slashing all over the place and like backed up with the story driven, basically kind of you mentioned it with I don't know if you said Prey, but like a movie, but they did good about not doing long cutscenes or anything. It's more just like story driven, straightforward, and you're gonna get a good experience out of it.
Right. Like watching you, it kind of reminded me of the Batman, Arkham Asylum.
That's
stuff.
what I was thinking. I was thinking about that earlier.
Assassin's
today,
Creed.
Oh yeah,
they kind
it's
of
like Batman, yeah.
But
which I love those games.
God of War has kind of like a different, battle kind of attacking mode. Yeah, system because like Batman and Assassin's Creed, they're like exactly the same.
They're
to
big
me.
on counters for sure.
I mean, Batman doesn't kill people, but I mean, yeah, counters and just like
which you can still get that in God of War.
What's that Lord of the Rings game?
Oh.
Shadow of War.
That
game's literally
that's
the same.
true.
Well, it's made by
All
the
three
same
of
people,
those.
right? WB.
Mm-hmm.
They made.
I wonder if people went over to God of War from, or the Sony Monica. Is that the
Santa
studio?
Monica?
Santa Monica.
Do what?
Developers of God of War.
Yeah. What are they?
I'm just saying. I wonder if they had people from WB that
maybe.
made those games.
They aren't as big
Well,
on
they-
like you can still counter and stuff, but like I know Batman and all those were like you had to like time the Y. I think on the right button,
Yeah.
and I don't know what it was on Assassin's
I
Creed,
think that's
but
exactly.
it's kind of it's still like
X.
really built on
Oh
that
yeah.
God
X.
of War, but you can do a lot more than just that. And so
Right.
I do like those story driven
Like
random
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, like people hate on it, but like I've never seen a more crazy story in my life. I was blown away.
I mean, that's
They
the
do
point.
have long cutscenes, and that's probably the thing. But talking about whatever his name is,
Kojima.
Koshima,
Yeah.
he's all inspired by like movies and stuff, so that's like understandable. But
Yeah.
Right.
we're getting too deep into this.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
But yeah, that's like we have a lot of stuff we want to talk about. Like I want to get into a lot of older games, and I think we might be doing like another series where it's just we're gonna focus on one game or one like aspect of a game, and kind of just like dive into
Go
it.
really deep into it. I feel like this was more just like an introduction in a broad way, talking about
What's
maybe
on our
what
mind
we've
and-
experienced.
yeah,
Because
our
we didn't come,
experiences.
at least Preston and I know you guys kind of put together some stuff, but
Yeah,
I just came here thinking like I want to talk and be able to say exactly how I felt. Like there's a lot of good feelings I felt growing up that I wish people would just make games like that.
And I kind of want to get like some like recommendations from other people because I'm getting to the point where I don't have a lot of time in the day to play games.
Right.
Like I can only play really after like the kids go to sleep, even after my wife goes to sleep, and I've got like max 3 hours. And so when am I gonna play?
Right.
Like I don't have a lot of time to be like I'm gonna get into a game for like an hour and a half, and just like focus on that because who knows, someone's gonna get online. If one of you guys are gonna get online, we can play another game. And like, but like if you do get online, I kind of want to take advantage of that time and like, hey, I want to play because I miss those times of like playing on the weekends together at night. Because growing up, we could only play on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah.
Like
unless it's summer,
literally Friday night, it was like 3 hours maybe. And then Saturday, we could play any time of the day, but we had chores all day long. We had stuff. We had games. We played soccer. We played basketball, baseball, football, whatever. We had so many things going on.
So whenever we got to play,
we made sure we had that time together, and we
made the best of it.
And summer was just like games.
But like we can only play. But like for summer, we can only play for like 1 till like Dad got home, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so I miss that, and I want to like take advantage of that time and make sure like I'm getting the best out of my time that I have, because I don't have a lot of time to like.
I think recommendations will be good then. People all have different experiences, and we're all different. Like call us gamers. We're all different gamers, and we all want different. I want something new all the time, but also I want something to bring me back memories.
And nostalgic.
And I want to I want to be able to like feel like I can connect to this game and not just be like
be a part of it. Yeah.
What I'm doing with Outer Worlds right now is like trying to like force me into this game, and I want to beat the game because I feel like the game is good, but I just for whatever reason I can't get into it.
I just want good wholesome fun. There's so many games back then that like you could literally, it could be the most random like cheaply made game, and all of a sudden it's like, I love this game. What is it? I want to spend so much time playing it. I don't get that at all anymore. No. Even Apex, like sometimes, like I'm only getting on because everyone else is getting on now. Yeah. I want to find a game that I'm actually gonna be happy putting time aside, saying I can't wait to play this game. I don't get that feeling.
I don't get it either. Other than Rocket League, but that's more of like a game I can just.
I call that kind of like it makes me feel like
it'll feel good.
Like if I lose a bunch in Apex, I'm like, let's go play Rocket League because it puts me in a good mood. Yeah. And so that's why I do that.
Yeah.
And I don't really trust a lot of reviews.
Yeah. Because I gotta stop trusting them.
I gotta stop trusting them because I'll get a game. I just got a game 2 days ago, and all the reviews it said like overwhelmingly positive on Steam. I played it for like 15-20 minutes. Sometimes you do have to give a game a little bit more time, but this game literally it was castles and towers and castles, or castles and towns or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. It's a city building game, but it's only a sandbox type style game. I don't want that. I don't have time to just like download people's mods. I don't want to go to like Reddit and look up how you build your city. I don't care. I want a campaign for that type of game. Right. Zeus and Poseidon, those type of games, Cleopatra, all those, Pharaoh. I like those games because they had like a direction, and they had like not achievements, but you felt like you were progressing. Yeah, you had like a feeling of like I understand this now. Let's move on. Yeah. And so I wanna be able to like find those games because I'm tired of like looking at these games and being like, crap, not one of these games again.
Like I just wasted my money.
I just wasted my money or wasted my time. I've put in like even an hour and a half. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So yeah.
Recommendations are important, and
put in the comments below.
Put in the comments below if we have any comments.
We'll see.
Just don't say first.
Hopefully we'll get in a good system. I think we'll do something more like this where it's us talking, but it's not going to be. We're in the same room right now. Going forward, we probably won't be able to do that because Hunter's now going to be moving up to Rexburg. You live far away. Yeah, you live here. This is your house.
Yeah. I think it'll be more organized though. I think like this experience, if it taught me anything, I'm gonna come with like an exact game that I want to talk about. Like I'm gonna put that podcast into only. I'm gonna talk about this. Basically.
We're gonna have. Oh, you still going? Yeah. But yeah. So. Going forward, hopefully we'll have a good schedule going on.
Yep.
Maybe once a week.
I'm down to do it once a week, but I'm the least busy one, so.
Yeah. Maybe every couple of weeks.
So yeah, let's look for us. I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. I'm going to be posting this. We'll try to get it on Spotify. I know, Hayden, you said you can get it on there.
Anchor, yeah.
We'll try to get it everywhere we can. Again, my name's Spencer Hahn. We're all brothers, so we all have last name Hahn. My Twitter is at Pelirojo Han, I think. Let me check it real quick.
You could just
Yeah,
look me
it's-
up. I'm
it's better
Hayden
than-
Hahn.
Hayden Hahn, that's pretty easy.
Hayden Hahn.
HON.
Yeah, mine is at ELPELIROJOHON. So El Pelirojo Han.
Send some recommendations. Give us some ideas, and
We have a Facebook channel or group, whatever.
Yeah.
Soulless Gaming, SOULLESS.
Well, you
Gaming.
should know it if you're on the YouTube
Hopefully
page.
not a hopefully not to spell it. Yeah, the YouTube page. Yeah, but that's us. Soulless
Thanks.
Gaming.
Thanks
for
for listening.
listening.
Yeah. All right.